Fluent Flow podcast. New videos every day. Let's learn English together.
Welcome to the deep dive. We are so glad, so happy that you are here with us today.
Yes, welcome everyone. It's great to have you listening.
Today we have a very special deep dive planned for you. It's about how to learn English in a powerful way, a really effective way. Our deep dive is called Unlocking English: The Power of Slow Listening and Shadowing.
That name really tells you what it's all about. Listening slowly. And that shadowing technique.
Exactly. Okay, let's unpack this fascinating journey. We're going to discover how you can improve your English skills.
And how?
Well, just by listening. Yes, that's right. Just listening.
It sounds simple, doesn't it?
It does. Even if you don't understand every single word, even if you feel, a little lost sometimes.
That's a really common feeling.
And we'll also explore a special technique. It's called shadowing.
Ah, yes. Shadowing, like an echo.
Precisely. Repeating what you hear. Now, this deep dive is designed to be very clear, really easy for you to follow.
Take it slow.
Yes. We will speak slowly and very clearly so that every sound, every word is easy for you to understand.
Think of it as practice for your ears, for your brain.
And we promise you can do this.
What's truly fascinating here, and what we really want to share with you, is how these two simple methods, listening and shadowing, they can powerfully transform your experience of learning a new language.
Transform it how?
Well, you, our listener, you might sometimes feel a little overwhelmed, right?
Oh, definitely. Too much information sometimes.
Exactly. Or you might think that learning English is, well, a very hard task, like climbing a big mountain.
It can feel that way.
But this deep dive today, it offers a clear path, a structured path.
Step by step.
Step by step. Something you can follow, feeling supported along the way. And, if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's not just about learning new English words or just understanding grammar rules. No.
It's more than that.
It's about learning how to learn effectively, learning in a way that feels natural. And yes, learning in a way that can even be enjoyable.
That's important. Enjoying it.
Absolutely. So we've taken the most important insights, the best nuggets of knowledge, you could say, from our source material. That's Fluent Flow. Slow English Listening and Shadowing, episode 23.
Great source.
And we'll make them immediately ready for you to use right away. Practical stuff.
Fantastic. Let's get started then. Okay. Let us begin with something very, very simple, but also incredibly powerful.
The foundation.
Exactly. It's about just listening to English.
Listening, it sounds so basic, but
it's truly, truly one of the best ways to learn English. When you listen to English, often, again and again, your brain, it begins to get used to the language.
It starts to feel familiar.
Yes, comfortable, familiar. Think about it for a moment. Even if you do not understand every single word.
Right, that's key.
Even if you don't understand every sentence, your brain is still learning.
That's a really important idea to hold on to, because it's easy to feel like, I don't get it.
You might feel, I don't understand, but your brain, kind of in the background, it's working hard for you. It's doing the work.
So what's happening exactly when we just listen?
Well, your ears, they hear the sounds, the many different sounds of English words.
Like the sound?
Yeah.
That can be triggering.
Exactly. Or the difference between sit and seat, those short and long vowels. Your ears pick those up.
Okay.
And your mind, it starts to hear the rhythm, the natural flow of sentences. English has its own special music,
Its own melody.
Its own unique rhythm. And your brain, slowly, little by little, starts to recognize patterns.
Patterns like what?
Like how words often go together. Phrases like, go to school, or have a good time.
Okay, common pairings.
Right, or how sounds change when they're next to each other. It's a very natural process. You don't have to force it.
Your brain just does it.
It does it automatically when it's given the chance, when you provide the input.
That's amazing.
And here's where it gets truly, truly interesting. Think about how a baby learns a language.
Ah, the classic example.
Yes. A baby, a very small child, doesn't go to school to learn grammar rules, right?
No textbooks there.
No dictionary study. No. A baby listens.
Just listens.
For many, many months, babies just listen to the sounds all around them. They hear their parents, their family speaking every day.
Constant exposure.
They listen for a very long time, many months, before they speak their very first words.
So much listening first.
They listen, they absorb, they understand many things intuitively.
Intuitively?
Yeah.
Meaning they just know it. without being taught.
Exactly. They understand without being explicitly taught the rules. So you, an adult learning English, you can do the same thing.
We can tap into that same natural ability.
Yes, you can use this natural way of learning for English. This is a powerful, natural gift your brain has.
Okay, so that's the why. How about the how? Practically.
What does this mean for you? Well, it means you can make listening a part of your everyday life. It doesn't need to be difficult.
No need to sit at a desk for hours.
Not at all. You don't need a book. You don't need to study for hours and hours. You can listen when you walk.
Like on your commute. Or just for exercise.
Perfect. Just put on some English audio. Press play. You can listen when you cook.
While making dinner.
While you're making your food or washing the dishes, just have English playing in the background.
Okay. Passive listening.
Yes. You can listen when you go to school or when you go to work, in the car, on the bus, on the train. These are all perfect times.
Finding those little pockets of time in the day.
Exactly. The core idea, the main point, is simple. Just press play.
Just press play.
Let the English sounds fill the air. Let the English play in the background. Don't worry about understanding every single thing.
Release that pressure.
Right. Don't worry about actively studying. Just let the sounds of English, fill your ears.
Okay.
Because your brain is working. Even if you are not actively studying with a pen and paper, your brain is absorbing.
Taking it all in.
It's taking in the language. You are learning. You are growing step by step.
Little by little.
Little by little. Every day, you will start to understand more and more and more.
It's like planting a seed, maybe.
That's a great analogy. It's like planting a seed and watering it a little every day. One day, that seed will grow into a big, strong plant. Your understanding will grow just like that.
This raises an important question for us to consider, doesn't it?
What's that?
How much of learning is truly conscious? How much do we learn when we actively try to learn? Sitting down, focusing hard. Versus how much happens quietly, almost secretly in the background.
Subconscious learning.
Exactly. Many people, many learners, feel that if they're not actively writing notes or looking up every single word in a dictionary, they feel they're not really learning.
I can see that. It feels passive.
It feels passive, but that's not always true. What's truly fascinating here is the immense power of subconscious learning.
Tell us more about that.
Well, when you consistently expose your brain to English sounds, to its rhythm, its patterns, even if you don't consciously understand every word, your brain is building something really important.
Molding what?
It's building what we call neural pathways.
Neural pathways, like little roads in the brain.
Exactly like little roads or connections in your brain. These roads are for information. The more you hear English, the stronger and wider these roads become.
So it gets easier for the information to travel.
Precisely. They help your brain to process the language more easily. It's like building a highway for English in your mind.
A highway for English. I like that.
And this is how you start to build an intuitive understanding.
That intuition again.
Yes. You begin to feel what sounds natural in English, what sentence structure is common, even before you learn all the grammar rules explicitly.
Can you give an example?
Sure. You might start to feel that I am happy sounds right, but I happy am just sounds wrong. Even if you don't know the exact grammar rule yet, your brain is kind of doing statistical learning.
Statistical learning. That sounds complicated.
It sounds it, but it's happening unconsciously. Your brain is tracking how often words appear together, where the natural stresses fall in sentences, the typical melody of English questions versus statements.
So it's noticing the patterns automatically.
Exactly. This unconscious pattern recognition is so crucial for developing that intuitive feel for the language. It's way beyond just memorizing vocabulary lists.
So this listening, even the passive kind, it's like preparing the ground.
Beautifully put. It's like preparing the ground for a beautiful garden. You're not planting the specific flowers yet, maybe.
Okay.
But you're making the soil rich, fertile, and ready. It builds a very strong base. It helps your brain become deeply familiar with the language's unique melody, its core structure.
So when you do learn rules later.
Exactly. So later, when you do start to learn specific words or grammar rules actively, it feels more natural. It connects to something that's already there, deep in your brain, waiting for you.
Have you ever absorbed a song, maybe? Or a jingle from an advert, without even trying to learn it?
All the time. You can't get them out of your head.
Right. Your brain does this with language, too. It's constantly making connections. So please, trust that your brain is working for you, working very hard, even when you're just listening to English in the background.
Trust the process.
Trust the process. Okay. Now let's move to another very important technique, a very effective technique.
Ready for the next step?
It's called shadowing.
Shadowing. We mentioned it earlier, the echo technique.
Exactly. What is shadowing? Well, it's simple to understand, but incredibly powerful to practice.
So the definition.
Shadowing is when you repeat out loud what you hear in English.
Out loud is important.
Very important. You listen to a sentence or a phrase, and then right after you hear it, you speak it.
Instantly. Or with a pause.
You can pause briefly. You listen, pause, speak. Then you listen again and speak again.
Okay. Listen, speak. Listen, speak.
It's like copying the speaker. Imagine you are following the speaker very closely, like a shadow follows a person.
That's why it's called shadowing.
Exactly. Wherever the speaker goes, you go. Whatever the speaker says, you say. You become their voice's shadow.
I see. And why is this so helpful? What are the benefits?
Shadowing helps you in many, many ways. Let's talk about them. First, it helps very much with your pronunciation.
Pronunciation. Getting the sounds right.
Yes. It helps you make the sounds of English words correctly. When you copy a native speaker or a clear speaker, you learn exactly how to move your mouth, your tongue, your lips to make the sounds accurately.
So you're physically learning the sounds.
Precisely. For example, if you hear the word water and you copy it, you learn how to make that W sound and the sound at the end. You're training your mouth muscles.
Mouth muscles. Interesting. What else?
Second, shadowing helps you with your speaking rhythm.
The rhythm. The music of English we talked about.
Exactly. English has a natural flow, a special way words are stressed, how they connect. Shadowing helps you to feel this rhythm and to copy it.
So you sound more natural.
Yes. You learn where to pause naturally and where to link words together smoothly. For example, in the phrase, I am going to, a native speaker often says, I'm gonna. Right.
Yeah, that connected speech.
Shadowing helps you copy this natural, connected speech. It helps you understand and reproduce the music of spoken English.
Okay. Pronunciation, rhythm. What's third?
Third, and this is a big one, shadowing helps you with your confidence.
Confidence. That's huge for language learners.
Absolutely. When you speak English out loud, even if it's just copying, you become more comfortable using your voice in English.
You get used to the sound of yourself speaking English.
Exactly. You feel more natural, you become less afraid to make mistakes, less afraid to speak. It builds your courage one word at a time.
That makes sense. And you mentioned a fourth benefit.
Yes, this is a surprising one. Shadowing actually helps to improve your listening skills too.
Really? How does speaking help listening?
Well, when you know you'll try to repeat exactly what you hear, you listen more carefully, don't you?
Ah, yes. You pay more attention.
You pay more attention to the small details, to the subtle sounds. So your ears become sharper. You notice things you didn't hear before when you were just passively listening.
That's clever. It makes listening more active.
Exactly. Now, for beginners, you might be thinking, my voice isn't perfect. My English isn't good enough to copy.
That fear can be strong.
It can, but please do not worry. It is perfectly okay. The goal right now is not perfection.
What is the goal then?
The goal is to practice. Just repeat what you hear, do it slowly, say the words one by one if you need to.
Break it down.
Yes, and do it again and again and again. With every single repetition, you are making progress. You are training your mouth, your tongue, your brain. You are building those connections.
What's truly fascinating here, I think, and what we want to emphasize, is how shadowing bridges that gap.
The gap between
Passive understanding and active production.
Okay. Explain that a bit more.
Well, when you just listen, your brain is receiving information, like you said, taking it in. It's like putting information into a storage box in your mind.
Got it. Input.
But when you speak out loud, when you shadow, you are actively taking that information out of the box. And you're using it. You're putting it into action.
Output.
Exactly. This active vocalization, this active speaking, it solidifies the auditory input. It makes it stick better. It creates much stronger memory traces in your brain than just listening alone.
So it helps you remember better.
Much better. It's like writing something down with a pen instead of just reading it. The physical act of writing makes the memory stronger. Shadowing is like writing with your voice.
Writing with your voice. I like that metaphor. And you mentioned mouth muscles earlier.
Yes. Think about your mouth and your tongue. They are muscles.
Like arms or legs.
Just like any muscle in your body. They need practice to become strong. And they need practice to move in new ways, especially to make sounds that might be new, sounds not in your native language.
Like the sound again.
Exactly. Or maybe the difference between R and L, or certain vowel sounds, like ship versus sheep, or live versus leave, those subtle differences.
They can change the whole meaning.
They can. When you shadow, you are building muscle memory for your mouth and tongue. You are teaching them exactly how to form these new sounds, how to form new combinations of sounds.
So it becomes automatic.
Eventually, yes. This physical act of speaking reinforces what your ears are hearing. It connects the sound to the movement, to the feeling of making that sound in your own mouth.
And how does this link back to improving listening? You said that was surprising.
Right. It connects because when you know you need to reproduce a sound, when you are preparing to echo it, you become a much more attentive listener, or a much more precise listener.
You're listening for the details.
You listen for the small details, the tiny nuances. You listen for the intonation, the rise and fall of the voice, for the stress patterns, which words are stronger, for the way sounds connect.
You're listening with a purpose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not just background noise anymore. You are actively analyzing the sound because you need to copy it. So you hear more, you notice more, you understand more deeply. It's a very active way to engage.
It sounds really powerful.
It is. We really encourage you, strongly encourage you to try it. Even for just a few minutes, you will truly feel the difference in your mouth and in your ears very quickly.
Okay, I'm convinced. Let's talk about how to actually do it. So now you know that listening is very powerful, and you know what shadowing is.
The two key tools.
Right. Now let's talk about some very simple ideas. Some very practical steps for how you can practice listening every single day.
Making it a habit.
Exactly. These are steps you can start today, right after listening to this.
Okay, step one.
Step 1, choose easy English.
Easy English. Why is that so important?
This first step is very, very important. Do not choose something that is too difficult, something that makes you feel frustrated.
Because then you'll just stop, right?
Exactly. It makes you want to stop. Start with English that is clear.
And slow.
Like this deep dive.
Hopefully, like podcasts that are made for English learners like this one, or simple YouTube videos.
Look for titles like English for Beginners or Slow English. Yes. Or listen to slow stories or simple dialogues. Maybe even children's audiobooks. They often have clear, simple language.
What's the goal for understanding?
100%.
Not necessarily. The goal is maybe to understand most of it, perhaps 70% or 80%.
Okay. Enough to follow along.
Right. This helps you feel successful, and it builds your confidence. When you understand most of it, your brain stays engaged, eager to learn more. If it's too hard, your brain might just give up, switch off.
Makes sense. Keep it achievable. What's step 2?
Step 2, listen every day.
Every single day.
Consistency. This is the key. It is much better to listen for a short time every single day. Say 5 minutes.
Just 5 minutes.
Start with just 5 minutes. It's much better than listening for a very long time, like 2 hours, only once a week.
Little and often.
Exactly. Start with just 5 minutes, maybe in the morning while you drink your coffee, or on your way to work.
Build it into your routine.
Yes. Then, when you feel comfortable with 5 minutes, listen for 10 minutes. Then, 15 minutes. You can do more later when you feel ready.
Like building muscle. Start small. Perfect analogy. Remember what we said about babies? They listen every day. Every day, little bit. That little bit adds up to a lot of learning over time.
It's like building a house brick by brick.
Yes. You put one brick, then another brick, every day. Soon, you have a strong house. Your English will become strong like that.
Okay, step 3. This one sounds important.
Step 3, don't stop when it's hard.
Dealing with difficulty.
Yes. Sometimes you will listen, and you will feel lost. You will hear many words, and you will not understand them. This is okay.
It's normal.
It is absolutely normal. Every single person, every learner feels this way sometimes. Don't stop. Don't get discouraged.
Easier said than done sometimes.
True. But just keep listening. Your brain is still working for you, remember?
Even when I feel lost.
Even then, your brain is still recognizing sounds and patterns. Even if you do not understand the full meaning of every sentence, trust the process.
Trust your brain's ability to learn.
Exactly. Believe in it. One day, you will understand. It's like working on a puzzle. Sometimes you only see small pieces, not the full picture.
But your brain is still connecting them.
Yes. And suddenly, maybe weeks later, the light bulb will turn on. You'll hear that phrase again and understand it.
Okay. Persevere. What's step 4?
Step 4. Listen to the same thing many times.
Repetition.
This is a very powerful secret, often underestimated. Repeat. Repeat. Repeat.
Listen to the same podcast episode again, or the same video.
Yes, listen to the same short podcast or the same short video more than once, maybe 3 times, 5 times, even 10 times or more.
Doesn't that get boring?
It might feel a bit boring, but the benefit is huge. Each time you listen, you will hear something new or understand something better.
How does that work?
Your brain starts to remember the words. It connects the sounds to the meanings more strongly. For example, the first time you listen, you might just get the main idea.
Right.
The second time, you hear a few more specific words. The third time, you start to understand the complete sentences. Maybe the fourth time, you notice the pronunciation of a tricky word.
So each listen adds another layer of understanding.
Exactly. Repetition is like building a very strong bridge in your brain. The more you walk on it, the stronger and clearer it becomes. This helps information move from short-term memory
Which forgets quickly.
to long-term memory, where it stays.
Powerful. Okay, one more step.
Step 5. Enjoy it.
Ah, the fun part.
This last step is so important. Learning should be fun, or at least interesting.
Because if it's fun,
When learning is fun, you will want to do it more often. And when you do it more often, you learn faster. It's simple motivation.
so find topics you like.
Yes. Listen to topics that you truly like. Do you like food? Find a simple podcast about food or a YouTube channel about cooking.
Travel, music.
Exactly. Do you like to travel? Listen to English about different countries, famous places. Do you like music? Find simple songs or talks about music or friends, animals, sports, anything.
Whatever makes you happy and interested.
Yes. When you enjoy what you are listening to, it doesn't feel like work. It feels like pleasure. And that pleasure fuels your motivation. It makes consistency much easier.
So those are the 5 steps.
Choose easy English. Listen every day. Don't stop when it's hard. Listen many times. And enjoy it. And the most important rule of all,
Let me guess. Keep listening.
keep listening. Just keep listening every single day.
You know, if we connect this to the bigger picture again,
Yeah.
these 5 steps, they're not just about listening practice, are they?
What else are they about?
They're about building a sustainable and enjoyable learning ecosystem around yourself.
An ecosystem, like in nature.
Kind of. A complete environment where everything works together, supporting your learning. By choosing easy English, step 1, you're reducing what psychologists call cognitive load.
Meaning, it's not too hard for your brain.
Exactly. Your brain doesn't have to work so hard just to try and understand the basics. It doesn't get overwhelmed. So it has more energy left over to actually absorb the new language.
And that builds confidence too, right? Because you feel successful.
Precisely. You're not constantly feeling frustrated by something way too difficult.
And the repetition. Step 4.
Ah, the power of repetition. It's truly amazing. From a brain science perspective, every single time you hear something again, you strengthen those neural pathways we talked about.
Those roads in the brain.
You're reinforcing them. It's like walking the same path in a forest. The first time, just a faint trail, hard to see. But if you walk that same path 10 times, 100 times, it becomes a clear, strong road, easy to follow.
So it helps memory.
It helps with memory consolidation, moving new information from your short-term memory, the forgetful part, to your long-term memory, where it stays.
Yeah.
You truly remember the words, the patterns. They become part of you.
And step 5, enjoyment. Why is that so critical?
Enjoying it, step 5, is perhaps the most crucial for long-term success, for your entire learning journey.
Why?
Because when learning feels like a chore, like it's something you have to do, it becomes very difficult to stay motivated. It feels like heavy work.
You dread doing it.
You do. But when it's fun, when it connects to your personal interests, it becomes a natural part of your daily life.
Right.
It bypasses those feelings of drudgery, of hard work.
So you're not studying English.
Right. Instead, you're listening to a cool story about travel or finding out more about cooking. This approach makes learning a natural habit, something you want to do, not something you must do.
Turning learning into a joy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A pleasure, not just a task. That's the goal for sustainability.
Okay. Now let's learn how to do shadowing. Step by step.
The practical guide.
This is a very practical guide. You can follow these steps right now with us or maybe after this deep dive.
Okay, I'm ready. Step 1.
Step 1, listen to one sentence.
This one.
Start small. Don't try to shadow a whole paragraph right away. That's too much. Just one sentence, maybe even just 5 words to begin with.
Keep it manageable.
Yes. For example, listen to this sentence very carefully, slowly. I like to eat pizza.
Okay, I heard it. I like to eat pizza.
Good. Listen to the sounds, the individual words, the way they connect.
Okay.
Step 2.
Step 2. Pause After you hear the sentence, press the pause button on your audio player.
Got it. Paused.
Now, repeat it out loud. Say,
I like to eat pizza.
okay, I like to eat pizza.
Good. Try to copy the sound you just heard. Don't worry about being perfect. Just try your best.
It feels a bit strange saying it out loud.
That's normal at first. It's okay if it sounds a little different. The important thing is that you are speaking, using your voice.
Okay, done. What's next? Step 3.
Step 3. Listen again. Now listen to the same sentence. I like to eat pizza again.
Listen to it again.
Okay, yes. This time, try to copy the sound even more closely. Listen for the rhythm. Where did the sounds go up? Where did they go down?
The intonation.
Exactly. Listen for the tone. Is the speaker happy? Is it a question? Try to copy the whole feeling of the sentence. Try to mimic the music.
Okay, listening for the music this time. I like
To us.
eat pizza.
Good. Now try to echo that feeling when you repeat it.
I like to eat pizza. Trying to add more natural rhythm.
Better. Now, step 4.
Let me guess. Do it again.
Done. Repetition again. Repeat the same sentence. Try to copy it even better this time. The more you repeat, the more your mouth and brain will get used to the sound.
Building that muscle memory.
Exactly. Building those neural connections. It feels more natural each time. So one more time. I like eat pizza. Repeat it.
I like to eat pizza.
Okay. It does feel a bit easier now.
Great. Now you're ready for step 5. Now do a longer sentence.
Moving up.
Yes. When you feel comfortable with one short sentence, then try a longer one. This is how you build stamina and confidence. For example, listen to this sentence slowly. On Saturday, I eat pizza with my best friend.
Okay, that's longer. On Saturday, I eat pizza with my best friend.
Listening.
Good. Listen carefully.
Got it.
Then pause your audio and repeat that longer sentence out loud. Say, on Saturday, I eat pizza with my best friend.
On Saturday, I eat pizza with my best friend.
Phew! Takes more breath.
It does. Try to copy the rhythm and the tone. You can do this with any sentence you hear in your chosen audio. Just start small and gradually increase the length. So listen, pause, repeat. Listen again, repeat again. Then try longer sentences.
That's the basic cycle, and here's the goal. Do this shadowing practice, for just 10 minutes every day.
Only 10 minutes.
Just 10 minutes. It doesn't take a long time out of your busy schedule, but these 10 minutes are very, very powerful, focused practice.
And what results can people expect?
You will truly feel your English getting better. You will speak more clearly, your sounds will become more natural, and you will feel much, much more confident.
Why? Because you're actively doing it.
Because you are actively using your voice, you are making English sounds, you're practicing the physical act of speaking English.
You know, what's truly fascinating here, again, is how this simple act of repetition, this shadowing, fundamentally rewires things.
Rewires your brain and...
Your brain and your vocal apparatus, your mouth, your tongue, your throat for a new language. Each step in that shadowing process builds what we can call micro skills.
Micro skills, tiny skill.
Tiny, but very important abilities. When you start with short sentences like, I like to eat pizza, you're building phonological awareness.
Awareness of sounds.
Yes. Becoming much more aware of the individual sounds in English, how they blend together, how they connect. For instance, learning the clear P sound in pizza and maybe how it's different from a B sound. This built a strong foundation for accurate pronunciation later on.
Okay. And the pause. Step 2.
The pause after listening is really important. It's not just a break. It's a crucial moment for your brain to process what it just heard, to understand it, and to prepare your mouth and tongue to articulate those sounds.
Like a mental rehearsal.
Exactly. A mental rehearsal before the physical act of speaking. And when you listen again, step 3, and try to copy the sound, the rhythm, the tone, you're not just copying words anymore.
You're copying the music.
You're learning intonation that rise and fall. Think about how you're coming. Rising. Sounds different from your coming, falling. You're learning stress patterns, which words or syllables are stronger. And you're learning natural fluency, how sounds connect smoothly.
Like I'm gonna.
Like I'm goa. These are crucial elements of sounding natural. They give your English real life, beyond just knowing the words.
And the repetition. Doing it again and again.
Repetition, step 4, reinforces that motor memory for speech. Your mouth and tongue muscles, they literally remember the movements needed.
Like practicing piano scales or a dance move.
Exactly like that. The more you do it, the smoother and more effortless it becomes. You don't have to consciously think about each tiny movement eventually.
And moving to longer sentences, step 5.
Moving to longer sentences gradually increases that cognitive load. Your brain has to work a little harder. It has to hold more information in its working memory while also planning the speech.
Building stamina.
Building stamina for natural conversation, because real conversations have longer sentences and often faster speech. So even just 10 minutes a day is incredibly effective.
Because it's focused.
Because it involves intense focus
Yeah.
and very active engagement. You are not just passively listening, you are actively producing the language. That makes a huge, huge difference in your learning speed and how well things stick.
It really sounds like a workout for your mouth and brain.
It is a very effective one.
Okay. Dear listener, our friend, we want you to know something very, very important as we start to wrap up.
Yes, listen closely to this part.
You can learn English. Yes, you, listening right now, you can do it.
Absolutely, believe that first.
And it is okay to go slow. Learning English or any new language, it's not a race. It's really not.
There's no finish line you have to cross by next Tuesday.
Exactly. It's okay to not understand everything right away. Language learning is a journey. It takes time. And that is perfectly fine.
Patience is key.
Patience with the process and patience with yourself. What truly matters is this. You are trying.
The effort counts.
You are making the effort. You are listening now to this deep dive. You are learning now about these powerful techniques. That is already a very big step.
A huge step.
Many people want to learn, but they don't even start their journey. But you are here. You are trying, and that is wonderful. That shows real strength and dedication.
Be proud of that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So please remember to use what we talked about today. Use listening. Make it a part of your daily life, even in the background.
Keep that input going.
And use shadowing. Practice repeating what you hear out loud. Use your voice.
Get those mouth muscles working.
And remember the core principle, the most important idea for both techniques.
Repeat, repeat, repeat.
Repeat, repeat, repeat. Every time you listen, every time you repeat, you are building your English skills like building a strong wall one brick at a time.
Slowly but surely.
You will grow. You will get better. We promise you. Just be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. And keep going. Don't give up.
You know, this raises an important question for all of us, I think.
What's that?
What if the true secret to learning isn't just knowing the specific methods, like listening or shadowing?
What else could it be?
What if it's the mindset? The mindset of embracing the process itself, step by slow step,
Accepting the journey.
accepting the journey. Language learning is definitely a journey. It's not a race to a destination. There will be days when it feels easy, when you feel like you understand everything.
Days.
And there will be days when it feels challenging, when you feel a little lost or frustrated.
Bad days.
Right. And the importance of self-compassion, being kind to yourself, and patience, especially for beginners, cannot be overstated. Those difficult feelings are normal. They are part of the learning journey for everyone.
So don't beat yourself up about it.
Please don't. When you focus on trying, as you said, you are building resilience. You are developing what psychologists call a growth mindset.
Growth mindset. What's that?
It's the belief that your abilities, your skills, they aren't fixed. They can be developed. They can grow through dedication and hard work.
So you believe you can get better?
Exactly. It means you understand that mistakes are part of learning. They are not failures. They're just feedback, steps on the path, information to help you improve.
That's a much healthier way to look at mistakes.
It is. So please, celebrate your small victories.
Like understanding a new word.
Yes. Celebrate when you understand one new word. Celebrate when you successfully shadow one whole sentence. Celebrate when you manage to listen for 5 minutes straight.
Acknowledge the progress.
Acknowledge it. Trust the cumulative power of your daily practice. Each small step, each small effort truly leads to big progress over time. This mindset, this way of thinking, is perhaps the most powerful tool you can bring to your learning journey.
More powerful than the techniques themselves.
It fuels the techniques. It will keep you going when things feel difficult. It makes the whole process sustainable. Hashtag tag tag outro.
Well, that brings us towards the end. Thank you so much for listening to today's deep dive. Unlocking English, the power of slow listening and shadowing.
Yes, thank you for spending this time with us.
We truly hope this helped you. We hope it gave you clear, actionable steps that you feel you can follow.
Steps you can start using today.
Please come back and listen again to this deep dive. Remember what we said.
Repetition is key.
Repetition is key for learning. Listen again tomorrow, maybe, or next week.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And please, if you found this helpful, subscribe to this deep dive wherever you listen so you don't miss future episodes where we unpack more learning strategies.
Good idea.
And maybe share it with your friends. anyone you know who also wants to learn English.
Spread the knowledge.
And if you have a moment, leave a comment perhaps. Tell us about your learning journey or ask a question. We'd love to hear from you.
We really do.
And most importantly, please, please, don't forget to practice out loud.
That active part.
Yes, make your mouth work. Say the words, repeat the phrases, shadow the sounds you hear. Make your mouth and your brain work together. This active practice is truly where the magic happens.
Okay, we have one final thought for you today. Something to think about.
A takeaway idea.
Imagine if, with every sound you hear and every word you repeat, you're not just learning English words or grammar.
What else are you doing?
You are also teaching your brain how to think differently. You are building a bridge.
A bridge between languages.
Not just between languages, but between cultures. Sound by sound, rhythm by rhythm, becoming fluent not just in words, but in the very melody of a new world.
Wow. That's a beautiful thought. Learning is bridge building.
Every day, a little more English. You can do it.
We believe in you. Keep practicing.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
But for now, keep up the great work.